My name is Dil and this is Anne Marie and this is little Phoenix. We did the course, if I'm not mistaken, I'd say I was about 30 weeks pregnant.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was 30 weeks pregnant. So we were very excited, and we did the course with Dan and Becky, and it was really the best thing we ever did.
Real eye-opener initially. So from the course kind of really opened our eyes to how much power essentially and control we could have in the entire process from, as Dil said, week 30 onwards. And it presented us with a lot of opportunities about how we could self-soothe during the process, how we could enjoy it more, how we could feel more empowered in terms of decisions that we could make, how me as partner could support Dil throughout the process and do it from a really confident place. So that for me was really, really helpful from the onset. Yeah.
And for me, Phoenix is our first child. So I've never been around babies, never really been around other moms who had babies. So the whole process of having a baby was pretty, a massive question mark for me. We were so focused on getting pregnant. Going through IVF and all the rest, but it was the bit afterwards. Okay, now we're pregnant. Now what do we do? So and then I suppose people tend to focus. The next thing is the birth. So I felt personally I didn't feel supported through the Irish Maternity Services. Every time I asked questions about the birth or what could I do to get prepared for the birth, there was a lot of very vague kind of answers, and where GentleBirth really provided us. Just a tool that we could use on a daily basis, running up to the birth, where we felt we were actually in control. We were in the driver's seat of the pregnancy and of the birth.
I guess all we knew about it was the title, GentleBirth, and we're both oriented in that way. If you can, anything involving human growth, human development, anything at all, there is a gentler way of doing it. It doesn't have to be pushed through a mainstream system that says one size fits all. This works for one person 20 years ago, let's keep doing it. That's not our mindset. We knew, just even by the title of it, okay, there's just going to be something interesting in this for us and something individual, something that could be tailored to our needs and our family. So I guess that was my thought. It's the title of it was attractive to us for sure.
For me, I thought it was going to be very much around mindfulness and staying in the present, which it was. But I was really surprised to discover that it was very much as it's packaged, training for the brain, and it makes complete sense now in looking back, because people train for marathons, they train for triathlons, but nothing is really provided for a woman to train for their birth. I mean, normally what a woman normally does is, okay, let's get the nursery organized, let's try and not panic, and let's try and eat right, and that's it. Where GentleBirth really helped me. Every night I'd go to sleep, I'd have the affirmations on, and I would fall asleep like that. There's something about Tracy-Donegan's voice that just puts me out. And often I would wake up thinking, God, is any of this going into my head at all? Is this really working? But I was really surprised that when labor started, if you had told me I'd done it before, I would have believed you, because I genuinely felt that I knew exactly what I was doing as if I'd done it before. And that's what GentleBirth gave me. For me, again, I think we went into the whole GentleBirth program and workshop thinking this is something that's going to help us during the pregnancy and it'll get us to the birth. But interestingly enough, after the birth, GentleBirth has really introduced us to gentle parenting, and has introduced us to an amazing community, and it has really introduced us to that idea that if you stay in the present and you stay in the moment, no matter what's happening, no matter how busy or how panicked you might feel, things will be okay. This too will pass, and it really gives me as a first-time mom huge confidence, because I think the hardest job anyone can do is be a parent, and anything you can do to train for it, I think it's just fantastic. I would highly recommend it to anybody, because I don't think anyone would do the work, would do the GentleBirth and not get something out of it.
Absolutely, yeah. really comprehensive. It covered material that you'd need literally from the start of the process to, as Dil said, the end in terms of the birth, but then and beyond as a parent. So it looks at the more practical components. What support do you need? How do you engage the support in such a way that's going to work for you? I was really interested by the mindfulness information and how the response physiologically of the body to whatever is being the messages that the brain are either taking in or that you yourself can create and essentially instruct your mind, and then the knock-on effect, the calming knock-on effect that can have on the body.
I found the content excellent. It was interesting because I did GentleBirth training before I went into my antenatal classes in the maternity hospital, and I found I kind of knew more, so much that I could actually give the class myself, and I was really surprised that the detail and the comfort that I got from actually, because as part of the training you have a model pelvis, and you have little baby Alexander who then and all the very practically shown how the baby is going to enter the pelvis and so forth, and that I found really helpful to know exactly what's going to happen. Whereas I didn't get any of that detail within the maternity services. And then the other big thing for me, which I think is so important, GentleBirth really empowers the partner to help the birth parent. And in our case, because you had listened to the same CDs as myself, you knew the affirmations. So when labour started, and I was in the throes of it, I was in the birthing pool, and it was in the home stretch. You were really repeating those affirmations. So for me, I recognized them, and it was real team effort. And I don't know how I would have coped if Anne Marie hadn't, taken that information, and you hadn't, been able to be there for me. And I would have felt very much alone if we hadn't done the GentleBirth training together. I really enjoyed the affirmations, the daily affirmations. They were very, very helpful, and the guided meditations as well. Even the one that you do afterwards, the one afterwards after you've had the baby. The new mother meditation, it's like 10 minutes, and when I do it, I feel like a new woman afterwards. You feel, okay, I've taken 10 minutes and now I'm ready to go back into the thick of it, So again, I had no idea that it would have so many supports, and it's a gift that really keeps giving.
Because it's really wise. It's the whole message of it is listen to your body's wisdom, and it's a wise choice to do that, and to facilitate this really important process, to make it go as even more smoothly as possible for you and enjoyable. The number you enjoyed your pregnancy so much, and I know you didn't have any difficult morning sickness or anything like that, but I feel Dil enjoyed her pregnancy because of the attitude she had towards it. Her attitude was so positive. It was so, I'm going to embrace this. This is what my body needs. This is exactly what I'm going to give it. And there was none of that fight. I think even if she had upset during it or being unwell, even that attitude can really, really help to deal with that, which I think is is a really important message of GentleBirth as well.
And for me, the greatest gift, bar none, that GentleBirth gave me was the concept that birth can be a celebration.
Yeah.
I didn't have that idea at all. I thought that's just like thousands of women around Ireland, that birth is something to be scared of. It's something uncomfortable that you have to go through and able to have a baby. But through GentleBirth, through the help of Becky and Dan, I remember during the workshop, I think it was yourself, Becky, who said, what kind of mood would you like on the day? And I said, kind of quiet and peaceful. And then I think you said, well, what about having one of celebration? I said, yeah, what about, why not have that? And in the end, that's what we did. We had music, we had Madonna on the TV. I was watching a concert, I was dancing. So I really enjoyed the birth, and I think that's a big difference between mothers that embrace GentleBirth and mothers who don't, is the fact that we actually enjoyed our birth, irrespective of what it looks like, whether it's at home or it's in a hospital, whether it's a C-section, with or without epidural. GentleBirth actually allows you to enjoy it, because let's face it, it is, the one thing that will bring you huge joy, because at the end of it, a baby arrives.
Little person. If they're on the fence, I'd say speak to other parents who've gone through it, who've done it. Go to one of your meetups. Actually, they're really good. They're really helpful. I know they're dotted all around as well. Go to one of the meetups and just sit and have a chat and just talk about your fears and share some of your concerns, be it online or with some of the other parents, and then just try it. There really is. It's a do no harm approach to birth. It's not like trying a medication and saying, look, I don't know what's going on here. Do no harm. You certainly can't do any harm with trying it, and then see how you feel afterwards.
And especially if you have any anxiety around the birth, which is absolutely natural. But some women might experience anxiety to a point where it's actually paralyzing them, and they don't want to even picture what the birth is going to look like, and they're just going to, power through. GentleBirth would be very helpful. My friend actually is at the moment 34 weeks pregnant, and it's a second pregnancy. The first one was very traumatic, so she has not been able to even accept that she's pregnant up until maybe a couple of weeks ago. So very anxious around the birth, and I sent her my GentleBirth CDs literally not even a month ago, and I just spoke to her yesterday, and the attitude, the shift, and I could no longer heard that nervous, anxious energy in her anymore. She was like, I'm visualizing the birth, and I think it's going to be okay, and that's amazing, because it doesn't not only help us, it's actually helping people, and we see it ourselves.
Yeah, just to inform people that it's evidence-based as well. I think there can be a misconception about that. There can be, I think once you go against anything or go differently to anything mainstream, it's like, oh, what's that about? This has been tried and tested with results consistently, strong results proving this has a positive and a calming effect on women throughout this process, and partner as well. And that's amazing. And to trust in that.
Birth for me is, it's ours. It's your baby, it's your body. Therefore, the birth is yours. So you need to have an input into it. You need to have ownership over it. Whereas so GentleBirth helps you do that, because unfortunately the way the maternity services have been created, it's very much about what the consultant says, what the midwife says, but no one really asks, well, hey, what about the mom and partner? What do they want the birth to be? And GentleBirth really puts the power in your hands. And I think once you have that, the world's the oyster. Anything is possible. Like we had the dream to have a home birth, and I don't think we would have managed to have a home birth if it wasn't for GentleBirth. So we are eternally grateful to the GentleBirth team.